Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name's Cinderellimouse and I'm here today with the newest kit for The Sims 4, which is silver screen style. Now this is a cast kit and it's very kind of like 1920s, 1940s inspired. Feels quite historical and vintage, so it's very much to my taste. I actually really like this kit. Yeah, we're going to have a look at it. I've designed a family for this kit. Oh, I need to say as well, thank you to the EA Creator Network who provided me with the early access to Royalty and Legacies, and this kind of came in that bundle. So if you're buying Royalty and Legacy before a certain time, it does come bundled together with two kits. One of them is this kit, silver screen style, and the other one is like it's kind of like a tea time solarium or something like that it's called. Do check the details on that because I haven't actually looked at that kit yet. I've not had a chance. So that is in the future for me. Watch out for that video when I do it. But yeah, is that everything I need to say? I think so. This family though that I've created for this kit, I've definitely been inspired by Miss Marple novels. Now they were kind of spanning kind of like the 1920s to 1940s as well, up to like the 1960s. So this kind of very glamorous, very rich life of all these kind of like society people that she kind of featured in her novels were the kind of like inspiration behind creating these Sims. So it does remind me a bit of like Knives Out as well. Unintentionally, I was definitely more aiming at Miss Marple, but you'll kind of see what I mean when I get into it. So let me introduce you to this family. We have, I need to say as well, I have got multiple kits installed. So silver screen style, I'll kind of show you each individual item of those. So obviously base game, I've got Life and Death, Royalty and Legacy, and a few different kits: Symptomates Collection, Secret Sanctuary, Casanova Cave, Essential Glam, and Autumn Apparel, and Silver Screen Style. So you're going to see a mix of all those different packs. I want to kind of like use things from different packs and see how well they mix and match. And these ones are the ones that I think have a nice, they're very complementary. Like the stuff in these packs works really, really well together. So if you're looking for more packs on a similar theme, these are the ones that I'm kind of recommending for this pack, because they all have this kind of like quite dressy, almost like formal wear, vintage style that I think works really, really well together. What am I saying? Let me introduce you to this family. So this family is very much designed with like life and death and royalty and legacies in mind, because it centers around Theobald Wolberbath, who is the head of the family. So he's going to be the head of the Wolberbath dynasty. He knows that he's approaching the end of his life, so he's like doing the whole process of like writing his will and things like this. And so the whole family have been summoned back to their manor house to kind of spend some time with him before he passes. So he has actually got chased by death, but he's kind of ready for it. He's kind of enjoying this period of his life. He's embraced the what is to come, and he's having a lot of fun with it. So he is actually kind of playing off his children against one another, and he's going to be saying he's going to leave something in the will to one child and then leave it to another, and this kind of thing, promise one child to be head of the dynasty and then it turns out to be a different one. So he's definitely having his fun with it. Again, very typical of those kind of like murder mystery novels and films from that period. He does love his family though. He does want to have a successful lineage. So the more successful his family are, the more of a favorite they are in his eyes. So that's kind of his deal. So yeah, he is a grouch as well. Now, even though it says grouch, the actual description of this sounds a little bit different. So where is it? Let me find it. It says, these Sims raise their mischief skill faster by playing pranks and bothering others with their surprises. So again, this idea of like pranking them, being a bit mischievous, I thought suited his personality, but you can switch that out for something else if you want to, depending on what packs you've got installed. He loves playing the violin, and he also likes painting, so he's definitely enjoying his retirement. I also imagine he's out like doing sword fighting and archery like on the lawn in his dressing gown, but that's his whole deal. Let me zoom into his face so you can have a little look at him here. I think he's got a very striking, mischievous face, and I really, really like him. I may do a little bit more to him before I upload him. I might give him some freckles or something like this, but this is where I'm up to with them. So his oldest son is Dorian Wolberbath. Now this is a life and death outfit. I'll go through all their outfits individually so you know where each item comes from. But yeah, like look at the hairstyle and everything on him. My eldest said he looks like an actor. I don't really know the actor. Tom something, I think they said. So let me know if you think he looks like any actors in the comments down below. Who do you think he looks like? But Dorian is the oldest child, and he is the most successful child. He is very ambitious. He does like money. So he wants to be fabulously wealthy, and he's also materialistic. Now, I imagine he works in like finance, banking, you know, all those kind of like old school, money industry type jobs, and he's also loyal though. He is not a schemer. He's just very, very traditional, very successful, very driven, but yeah, he is loyal to both his wife and his father. He's loyal to his family, so he is kind of favorite child at the moment, but we'll see how that works out for him. He likes swordsmanship. Again, I almost feel like he's got almost like a Clockwork Orange vibe as well. I cannot explain, but it's there. Giselle Wolberbath is his wife. I love her. I accidentally made, any of you know the TikToker? She's called like Lily something. I'll have to like look her up and put her on the screen, but I think I accidentally made her. She has this like gorgeous vintage style, and actually I called her Lily originally, and I was like, no, that's weird. That's like I made her like to be like her on purpose, and I didn't. But yeah, so definitely reminding me of her. And yeah, I think she's really, really pretty, but like Giselle is a bit of a socialite. You know, she enjoys those kind of circles. She enjoys having dinner parties and gossiping and whining and dining her friends. So she has the new aspiration from Life and Death, which is social puppeteer. She's a snob, she's very jealous, and she's outgoing. So not just jealous in her relationship, but like jealous of like the things that her social circle have. So, you know, if someone gets a new car, she's kind of like, we should get a car as well, you know, that kind of thing. So I really, really love her style. I think she is definitely rocking this outfit. Kind of reminds me of like Thoroughly Modern Millie, you know, that film, kind of that sort of style. I do feel like it's quite 20s to 40s. She likes mixology, and for some reason she doesn't like anything else. I don't know if something dirt there. And then Connie is the middle child. So Connie is very kind of like horsey. She's very almost like Queen Anne inspired, Prince Anne inspired. Sorry, not Queen Anne. Princess, I keep saying Prince Anne. Why do we do that? Princess Anne inspired, where, you know, she's quite active, she's quite horsey, but she's also quite intelligent and quite sciencey. You know, she's a very progressive woman for those times. And she is fascinated by this knowledge that her father has, that he's being chased by death, you know, this conviction that he has, that he knows his time is approaching. And so she's looking at like the science of it. So she's interested in thanatology, which comes from Life and Death. She wants to be a ghost historian. She is macabre. She just enjoys learning about all these different things, but she's got like a scientist brain. So she's a genius and she's self-assured. So I do see her as maybe working in the science career if you also had something like Get to Work installed. You know, she's kind of like trying to solve all the mysteries of life and existence. So I really, really like her. I think she's very cool. This outfit absolutely rocks, but we'll look at the clothes in a bit more detail soon. The youngest child is Bill Wolberbath, and he's definitely inspired by, you know, the kind of film noir style that was popular in that time period. So like kind of like Maltese Falcon, kind of detective vibes, but he's a journalist or a writer, so he just really likes telling stories. He's quite laid back. He's not as driven as his other kind of like older siblings, so he always feels like he's the least favorite child. He's the one that's not as successful. He's not making as much money. He's not doing kind of like the traditional like careers that his dad would have liked. You know, he's a little bit more creative leaning. I think he might be secret favourite of his dad, but he doesn't think he is. He feels like he's the black sheep of the family. My eldest said he looks like Wolf from Fudderman, you know, Future Man. I don't know if anyone knows that TV show. It's very funny. And yeah, I definitely see it. And also my son said he looks like Indiana Jones. I think it's the hat. So yeah, I really like him. He's just a guy. He wants to be a best-selling author. He loves novels. He's very skeptical. He doesn't really believe these notions that his father's having about being chased by death. He's kind of, you know, he thinks he's going a little bit doolally. But he's also non-committal, you know, and I think this comes from his own insecurities about feeling like he's not good enough. So it's kind of hard to pin him down on anything because, you know, he doesn't want to commit to things because he feels like he's going to fail. But this does mean that he has brought his girlfriend with him, Odette, and she is not from a wealthy background like everybody else is, and she's definitely more of a commoner, and like the rest of the family, they're not being mean to her or anything like that, but there's definitely gossip and a little bit of kind of like, oh, here's the latest one that he's brought with him, let's see how long this one lasts kind of thing. But she's so lovely, and I actually think that I can imagine Theobald absolutely adoring Odette, because she, in my head, she's a singer. She's like a soul singer, kind of like Nina Simone or something like that. You know, she's got this real kind of like soul singer vibe, and, you know, a bit jazzy. And yeah, I think she's really cute. She also, I definitely styled her with an actress in mind, but I can't remember her name, but she was a very successful kind of actress in kind of like the 50s, I feel, but that's kind of where I got the general vibe of her from, and I think she's adorable. I think she's super duper cute, but you can see that she's showing perhaps a little bit more skin than you know, some of the others who are a little bit more conservative dressed. She's definitely a little bit more flamboyant. I kind of imagine this family to be like an English family, you know, very Miss Marple-esque, and then she's kind of like, you know, the transatlantic American girl who's come over, and they're all kind of like you know, like she's the actress kind of, and they're all a bit like, oh, this is a bit too novel for us, this is a bit too progressive. You know, who's this American woman? But yeah, she's adorable. So she's very genuine. She wants to have a big happy family. She wants to be part of a big happy family as well. So she really does want to impress everybody and fit in. And she's family orientated, she's romantic, and she is an art lover. If you do have Lovestruck installed, I'd switch out romantic for Lovebug. I think it suits her a little bit better, because romantic's just kind of like flirting with everyone. Lovebug is a bit more like, I'm looking for my soulmate, and I see her more as that, but I don't have that pack installed. So yeah, I think she's gonna click with Theobald because she loves art and he's a painter. So I feel like they're gonna get on really well. She likes waltz music. She's just very dreamy and very lovely. But let me show you what actually comes in this new pack. So again, I'll upload them to the gallery. If you want to play with them, you can do. How their story kind of unravels or, you know, shapes up, it's totally up to you. But yeah, I'll let you guys do what you want with it. So starting at the top, I don't believe there's any new hairstyles. There's also, if I switch to the guy, there are no new beards either. Do you know what, actually, let me do an extra outfit here and we can kind of look at everything as we go. So there's a new hat for the men Sims, boy Sims. But it's also available for the girls as well. There are more hats for the women. As always, it always happens with these packs that we do tend to get a little bit more for the women than we do for the men. I actually prefer the women's clothes in this pack than the men's clothes, but again, very much my style. I really like this. I think it's good as well for like historical players, you know, people who want to play generationally and play through like decades. Is that like a challenge? Is there like a decades challenge? I've seen Dr. Gluon do something like this, and I thought it was such a cool idea. So like you could start in like the 1910s and then progress to the 90s. Like I've started it, I played like like Greek times, and I was going to play through historical time periods, and I didn't get very far. There wasn't much to support that kind of gameplay when I was doing it back in the day, but now I feel like you could really play in that like generational decade style, because we've got so much content to support that now. And I think especially with packs like Life and Death and Royalty and Legacy, if you are a generational player, you know, you're gonna have a lot more content now than we did in the beginning. But yeah, look at this hat. One thing I really like about this, one, very nice shape. It is a little bit similar to a base game hat, but I think it's shaped a little bit more nicely. And I also really like the texture on it as well. I like the color palette as well. Again, I might have just adjusted a tone or two here and there, but I do think the color palette is really suitable to the time period that it's like representing. You know, you get some pinstripes on there as well, and then you get like the basic wool. I think that's very nice. I like that hat. I like it a lot. Jumping down to accessories, there are some new glasses as well. Let me get rid of the hat so you can see the glasses properly. And again, these are available for both the masculine and feminine frames, and you get gold and black and green, like, and silver. I would have liked a few more colours. I like this clear lens and dark lens. It's almost like a sunglasses and then clear glasses effect. I don't think it was necessary to get... Oh, that's actually a different colour. This is like a light gold, and this is more of like a... I don't think there's much difference there. I would have really liked a bronze. I like kind of like a... almost like an antique bronze. It's my favourite colour of metal in the game. So I'm sad that we don't have that, because I do think they're quite close. But some good colours. They're not my favourite glasses in the game, I'm going to be honest. But they are quite sleek. I do like that they've got that like different colour behind the ear there as well. And I do like that you have the clear glass and the sunglass effect. They're okay. I think there's definitely glasses that I prefer in the game, but they have a place. No new makeup in this pack, but let's jump to full body, and you can see here men get 4 full outfits, and I like all of these. There's a lot of kind of like coats in this pack as well, so if you're looking for more winter wear, say you've got something like Seasons installed and you just don't have enough variety of coats, this pack has good outerwear options. So the first option is this, which again, I really like this. It's a very classic look. It does look like an old-fashioned banker. Almost makes me think of like Mr. Banks, you know, in Mary Poppins, where he goes off to the bank at the end. It has that kind of style to it. And again, like the tie pin and everything. This little pocket watch string here, very nice. I like the texture. I like the detail of the suit itself. And then, excuse me. Sorry, I had a cup of tea before I started talking, and like the tannins make my mouth really dry. But yeah, like, and then this kind of like almost wool texture to the coat as well. So I do think this is very nicely made. Everything looks pronounced, nothing looks too flat. Look at that tie pin, like the tie pin pops. So very nice. The only thing I would say is I think this bit here could potentially stand out a little bit more, like maybe this part of the jacket could stand out a little bit more, but I do really like how raised everything is. There's a lot of detail to this, and I like the texture as well. I think texture is really important to stop it looking like plasticine. Even the buttons have a bit of shine on them, so yeah, very nicely made outfit there. And then let me run through some of these colours. So a really good variety of colours. I would say that the pinstripe looks better on some options than others. This one is touching on alpha. I think it's almost too textured, so it kind of has a bit of a, I don't know, it doesn't look quite right. It's almost like not quite Maxis match. This one, very nice. I like that shade of blue with the black. I don't like here where they've got pure white with that kind of like almost like a sickly cream colour. Does not work for me. I think white with this kind of biscuit colour works really well, but white with this kind of like yellow tone, like this creamy yellow tone, I don't think that one works very well. This one's very nice. I like the pink. That one's very nice. That's gonna be a favourite. My favourite colour is dark red, so yeah. I would say that the greens in this pack, they've gone for this almost like pea green. I personally would have preferred a more racing car green than this kind of like pea soup green, but the pea soup green is suitable to the time period. Like that was a colour that was used in that kind of time period. So I do see why they've done it. Same with the blue. I think I would have preferred more of a navy than that kind of like royal blue, but royal blue fits the theme. So yeah, it's fine. That one, very, very nice. You could definitely see someone working in like Westminster wearing something like that. Again, this pack definitely complements Royalty and Legacy very well. Royalty and Legacy definitely had something that felt actually really quite modern, and this feels like it's giving you more of those kind of like modern royalty options. So I do think it complements very, very nicely. Yeah, the colour palettes on this, generally speaking, are very, very nice. This reminds me of kind of like the Windsor colours. And then full black for your mob boss, I guess. Definitely a mob boss outfit, that one. The tie looks a bit weird on that one. I don't know why. It kind of looks a little bit flat at the edges. But yeah, really, really like this. Like, not quite like 9 point, it's hard to get a 10 out of 10 out of me. Like 9.7 for that. I think that's a very, very well made item. This one as well, again, attention to detail on this is very, very good. Let me just flick through the colour swatches so you can see this. Again, I might have gone for slightly different tones on some of these. I don't think it's perfect, but I do like it. And then again, the attention to detail, you can see like where the buttons are and the little buttonholes, it is ever so slightly like indented, it is slightly raised. And then the like belt loop itself, can you see how the belt loop like is actually 3D modeled instead of flat? You know how it like tucks in? And then at the back as well, these little like loops at the back, I'm pretty sure, if I kind of zoom in a bit, hard to see there, but they are actually sticking out. They are 3D, like a 3D effect, like a D, what they call like a D, because it's in the shape of a D ring. And then here on the cuff as well, you can see that that is actually 3D modeled. So the quality of this is very, very nice. I do think maybe the pants themselves could look a tiny bit more natural. Sometimes the pant texture in The Sims 4 has this kind of almost like crumpled newspaper effect. So I think they've lost it ever so slightly on the pants there. But bonus points Sims team for actually coming down onto the shoe, like onto the foot, because so many pants stop too short, especially in menswear in The Sims 4. So that is very, very nice. This absolute favorite item reminds me of the penguin from Batman. You know, like Danny DeVito, or like what's who is it that plays him now? Like Colin, is it Colin Firth that plays him now? One of the Collins, I don't know. I get actors confused all the time. So yeah, but it definitely reminds me of like that time period with like the penguin, and like you know, like Dick Tracy as well. Dick Tracy, that's an interesting name. Sorry, Madonna songs stuck in my head. But yeah, like, see what I mean with the pea green? It works, but it's not my favorite. I really like this neckerchief though with the brown. I think they've picked a very good shade of brown to match that pea green there. You know, it's not an easy color to match. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm recording a little bit late in the day today because, honestly, the Sims team have sent me a gift. So I was kind of like waiting for the package to come. I was very excited. So I'm recording a bit late in the day. So I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to open it on camera. But yeah, this, like, I really like this check. This kind of wool with the almost like stitched check effect. Very, very nice. Look at the what is this called, the belt loop thing on the back as well. I really wish I could zoom in better. I wish I could like zoom into specific points rather than it kind of like zooming to a set point. But yeah, can you see how that is actually kind of raised? I just think this, again, like, this might be a 10 out of 10. Definitely a favorite. Not quite, because again, I think I might have adjusted some of the colours ever so slightly, but I really like that purple one. Very Batman feeling. Okay, and then again, it does feel a bit like a superhero, like a comic book almost. You know, this is the detective, this is the mob boss, this is the penguin kind of guy, this is the guy working for the newspaper. So I really, really like it. Okay, and if I don't know. I'm enjoying the historical stuff because I think men who are quite stylish could definitely wear something a little bit historical. Like, you know, I follow some people on TikTok, like males, like males,
females,
males who sew, males who stitch, and they do like these vintage fashion designs, you know, for like vintage, like you know, like the vintage patterns. Words are hard. And they have this kind of like vintage style and they look so stylish, and these are like young trendy guys, and so I think you could definitely have like younger Sims wear something like this, but also your granddads. So if you like the oldies kit, I can't remember what it was called now, golden years kit, and you want more clothes for kind of like your elders, you could definitely wear, like, get something like this. Sorry, I can't speak. But yeah, I really like this. One thing I wish they'd done though is the dirty swatches. I wish they'd had a clean and a dirty version of the same swatch rather than it being like entirely different colours, because I do think it's good for storytelling. So, you know, like to say he went out at the beginning of the day clean and then he came back dirty, where if it's a different swatch entirely, you can't really do that. But I do like when they give us dirty swatches. It's interesting. That's a favourite. I like that colour combination. Yeah, I like how high the pants are, and I like how long and wide the tyres. It definitely feels very vintage. And again, how that is modelled, that is not flat. Like, gone are the days of the flat kits, guys. We have actual, like, you see how it even indents where the little, like the adjuster thing, the metal adjuster, like it even dents in, and then that pops out, and then here as well. Like, that is model, that is 3D. So again, quality is high on this one. And like the texture of the pants as well, almost like a cotton twill texture or a linen. Very, very nice. Yeah, I think honestly, the quality of this pack is very high, I would say. I really, really like it. Okay, let's keep looking because it's going to be a long video otherwise. So, oh my God, he's got no pants. Where are my pants? Let's just put the plain black ones on him. So again, I think this really suits kind of like some of them suit like modern royalty. I could almost see like Prince Charles wearing this, maybe in the 80s actually. And then like some of these also kind of feel a bit 50s. Like that feels very 50s to me. Like he's going to come to my house, knock on my door and try and sell me a Hoover. And this matches as well. So it actually matches the pants. So you can like mix and match. And it looks cool. Again, kind of looks a bit Rat Pack, kind of looks a bit like he's going to start singing Look Be a Lady Tonight. You know, this feels a bit more 50s to me, maybe late 40s, almost bordering on Zoot Suit. So again, that kind of like late 40s, early 50s style where they had those big oversized suits, especially in kind of like black culture around places like New York City, where they started to like, you know, have these oversized suits as kind of like a statement piece. Again, kind of has that kind of vibe here. So I really, really like this. Again, this feels like a very Sinatra type look. Could absolutely see old Twinkle Eyes. Is that him or is that the other guy? I don't know, but I could definitely see like someone like Frank Sinatra, like a lounge singer wearing something like this. And again, really nice as well. I like the way that they've done the bow tie. It's kind of like not a normal bow tie, it's kind of like a special one, but I don't know my bow ties to know the name of it, but I recognize that that's a fancy bow tie. Also, again, kind of reminds me of Batman a little bit. Definitely kind of like the Batman Returns, like that kind of era, or like the Batman kind of the comic book series as well. Like again, kind of maybe a bit 40s. Really, really like that. Yeah, very, very nice. I don't think the shape is perfect. Again, with it being a little bit oversized, it looks a little bit boxy, a little bit bulky. Doesn't look entirely natural, but bonus points for the scarf being modelled, because again, you can see each individual tassel on there, really, really standing out. I love a paisley scarf. Sims team, if you want to throw in some more paisley scarves for boys, would love that. Paisley dresses too. I am so sad. I had a really gorgeous paisley dress and I gave it away. And I'm sad I want it back. It had like a handkerchief hem. It was really pretty. Anyway, this reminds me of my granddad specifically. My granddad had this jacket. Like, again, if you want stuff for elders, I think this is a perfect granddad outfit. Like, literally, like that colour. My granddad had that. I don't know what it's called, but Yeah, like very familiar to me, that kind of style. Very nice. And you can dress it up or you can dress it down. You can make it really casual with like the cords that came with one of the recent packs, probably Life and Death. And or you can make it look a bit more fancy. So you'll see the way I've styled this, like you can make it look like he's just stepped off his yacht. Kind of a bit Wolf of Wall Street. Does he wear a jacket like this at one point? Again, probably. Again, it feels like a mix of time periods, but I do like it. And it kind of reminds me of packs as well from the Sims 3 store that I really liked. Like, was it like Fifth Avenue or something like that they called it? Like they had a few vintage kind of store packs, and like that really, that reminds me of Hopper from Stranger Things. Again, I don't love the colours on this. I think the colours they've chosen definitely fit that kind of like 1940s, 1950s vibe that they're definitely going for. Like you could see a guy out there mowing his lawn, like knowing he looks good wearing that, you know, like putting on a show of being a good husband. But I prefer darker checks to the kind of like lighter checks. But it is suiting the time period, so it's fine. I just, personal preference, you know. Again, with that pea green, don't love it there. I think I prefer the toned down colours, like the browns and the blues, the more muted colours. This is quite a good example of like the black swatch being completely neutral in tone, but not being entirely black, which I think makes it look a little bit more realistic. And I think, you know, that with that being a little bit closer to a pale yellow than that kind of like eggshell cream colour, I think it matches the white a little bit better. But again, I prefer biscuit, like the kind of like very pale brown to match with white rather than, or even grey to match with white. But it's okay. And like the choice of like the pale grey blue as well, it does go. Yeah, let's have a look at the texture of that. So it has got a little bit of a texture. It's not completely Play-Doh-y. Again, feels like a thick cotton. I feel like the buttons could pop a little bit more on that one. But I think the cravat's a nice detail as well. So yeah, so you can mix and match pretty much with anything. So say I want like the green one here. I'm pretty sure there's like a green, well, kind of. But I don't think they ever like, I'd probably go with the white for that. That works. So yeah, you can mix and match. Everything kind of goes quite well together. That's quite a nice outfit actually. We like that. You might hear my neighbours pottering around. It is quite late in the day. I'm chatting quite loud, and I live in a terraced house, so the walls are made of like, well, the walls are made of brick, but the sound travels through them like cardboard. So if you can hear a little bit of pottering around, it's just neighbours, my kids, general life on a busy street. But yeah, that is the vibe. And then we also have some new gloves. These are kind of like racing car gloves, like racing driver gloves. They are kind of similar to some that we got recently. Again, I think I would have preferred a more racing car green to that kind of like pea color, but again, they are nice. Definitely, you know, you're taking your little automobile out and driving around the country lanes in that. Very nice. And then some rings as well, which I'll kind of zoom in and show you kind of when later, I think. Maybe, or maybe I'll show you now. Let me just, sorry. There you go. That's the rings. So let me go to the actual ring category. Here we go. A few different colour options there. Again, I would have liked a few more. You know, I think they are a little bit limited. I would have, again, liked the kind of, like the bronzy colour, like the old kind of vintage bronze, rather than just golds, but I don't know. He's a bit of a Bobby Dazzler, isn't he? Definitely a little bit fancy. And a lot of the things that are available for guys like this, like the accessories, are available for women as well. I think they suit better, do they? Or those ones? Let's go with those ones. Okay, and then the shoes as well. So you also get these, I want to call them spats. They're not spats. Spats are the things that you put over the top of shoes like this, but they're very kind of tap dancing style shoes. Again, like Clark Gable kind of style. Very, very fancy. I like these because we do have a few kind of shoes that are like this, but I think these are the most well made out of all of them. They're probably my favorite, the blue with the brown. I'm probably going to just use them in kind of like plain brown quite a lot. and like plain black. But I think these are really nice. This one here as well, the second swatch, can you see it almost has like a gold stitching on it? Just if you want to be a tiny bit fancier. So yeah, they are super stylish. I'm not going to be using these on every single sim, but for my sims who want to kind of show off a little bit, people who are, my men who are a little bit more extravagant, I could definitely see them wearing something like this. I think very, very nice, very cool. So yeah, male Cass, pretty decent. Like overall, I'd probably give it a 9. I think that's not too generous. I don't know. I think they've done a really good job. So let me jump over to Giselle and she can model for us what's available for women in this pack. So first of all, let's start at the top. No new hair. The hair is from Royalty and Legacy. Love this hairstyle so much. Again, the 2 packs complement very, very nicely, so I'm happy with that. You do get extra hats. So not only do you get this hat, which is available for the guys, you also get this hat, which is adorable. We don't have anything else exactly like this, and I think it's super, super cute. I love how kind of like, again, it feels very kind of like 20s to me. Very, I don't know, like a quirky angle. The colours are beautiful. That brooch, how nicely that is modelled. Like, look at how 3D that is. Absolutely gorgeous. Just really, really nice. Whoever did the, like, whoever worked on this pack in terms of like modelling things, like actually creating the meshes, did a really, really good job. Like, this is top tier talent. That's a really good, gorgeous swatch. Yeah, just very, very, very nice. Some of the colours are a little bit hard to mix and match, just because they are quite tonal, and maybe we don't have too many things with those kind of like tonal pastel colours in the game, but very nice. And I don't think in this time period, it wasn't a very matchy time period. You know, if you think about kind of the 20s to the 40s, they were having 2 world wars, and you know, they also had like the financial crash as well, and so people had a lot of like heirloom items. They had a lot of like quality, well-made clothes that they would repair and repair and repair. So people weren't going out and having like disposable fashion. So you would have things and they wouldn't necessarily, it was more about the quality and the upkeep of the item rather than like everything kind of like matching and being fully coordinated. So you would wear all these different pieces and, you know, they wouldn't necessarily coordinate in the way that we would today. So definitely think about that if you're going for kind of like vintage fashions and you want to kind of recreate any of these kind of like time periods yourself. Like, don't get too hung up on it being like matchy. But yeah, really, really love this. I think it's very beautiful. Again, 10 out of 10 for that hat. Maybe I could have gone for a few more colour swatches, just again because I like to be matchy, but I think they've done a really good job of that. This as well, really beautiful. Again, we've got some headscarves, but this one feels a little bit different. It feels very Audrey Hepburn. Very, very nice. I love the print on this. It feels, is it Gucci or like, let's say that's a Gucci print, right? Or is it Versace? Versace.
Nice dress.
Thanks. I bought it at Versace.
Oh yeah, Versace. I love Versace.
Me too.
I should know. Do you know, I actually have a bag with this print on that I got from vintage shopping. I got it from a charity shop. I can't think, I'm having an absolute blank of like what that is, but that looks very, very high fashion to me. It's not Hermes, is it? Hermes? Is my Hermes bag? I went through my designer clothing period, and now, do you know what? Designer clothing is just expensive fast fashion at this point. Like, the quality is not there anymore. Yeah, like really cute. The polka dots, very, very cute. And then you get some kind of like basic colours. Again, I would have liked more swatches. There's never enough swatches for me. If I don't open this and it's not down here, there's not enough swatches for me. But I do like it. I think it's very, very cute. I have scarves like this, but not designer. fake designer scarves. Really, really like that. So yeah, some very, very nice items there. Going to accessories, you get the glasses again. These are just the same ones that they have for the guys, modelled for women. Same colour swatches, but you also get some very, very, very pretty, very vintage earrings. I have some similar, which are not vintage, they just look vintage. And yeah, I really like this style. Again, you know, this might be like her great aunt's jewellery or something. Again, would have loved more swatches on this, but the swatches that are there are very, very, very pretty. Yeah, really, really like those earrings. Very nice. And then these pearls as well, because again, heirloom pearls. Don't mind if I do. Again, I really wish that we could make more of these items with crystal creations, because I think having these on a little jewelry display and selling them in a shop, or like, you know, actually being able to like hand down your jewelry to your descendants, you know, by clicking on the item, would be really, really nice. Crystal creations, such a great pack. Really, really just wish that they just throw all that cross compatibility in there, because yeah, I just really, really nice. Okay, let's keep going. So the makeup that I'm using for this pack is basically just what's that makeup pack that we got recently? Essential Glam. Love the Essential Glam makeup pack. They did an amazing job with it. Use it all the time. So let me go to, yeah, let's start here, because this skirt, love the skirt. The shape is perfect, the length is perfect. I love the detail of the pleats. It looks like a wool texture. I went through my wool skirt phase. I've got about 6 in my wardrobe, and that is a good wool skirt. Also, like the belt buckle, again, the belt has a different texture to it. It's got a bit of a shine to it, and the buckle does look slightly raised. It doesn't look flat. So again, quality very high on this. I really like these items. I don't like fur in real life. I'm vegetarian, but fake fur, I love fake fur. So I'm going to say these are fake fur, or at least heirloom pieces. And just, oh, I'm so happy to have fur coats back, because I remember for The Sims 2, what was that? It was like luxury party stuff or something. And it had this kind of like vintage glamour vibe, and there was this gorgeous fur coat in that pack. So yeah, I'm excited to have that kind of like glamorous vintage style coat. And then you get some that feel a little bit more almost like 1990s. You know, if you think about oh, who was married to Kurt Cobain? Courtney Love and the band Hole. Like, she would wear kind of like these vintage pieces, almost like 1940s, but like with a rock star twist with like the animal prints. So again, you could definitely dress this up and like have it in a more kind of like rock and roll style. Very, very cutesy. Really, really like it. Colours are good. I actually like that pea green here, because I think it's definitely suitable to the time period. Again, would have loved more colours, because I can never get enough, but really, really like that. And it's nice as well. I think they've done the fur texture well. I think they've done a good job of that. Like, they've recreated a fur texture quite nicely there without it looking too like alpha or like bulky or weird. I think they've done a really good job of it. So I really, really like that item. The only thing that I would say with that is that the scoop of the neck comes a little bit too low. I think, you know, when you get those kind of almost like bow tie kind of, are they called lapels? Like, they kind of normally sit up here a little bit higher. They don't normally sit so low. So I would have just brought that neckline up a little bit. But again, they've obviously chosen that neckline because of the necklace. So I can see where they were going with that. I would have preferred it to be slightly higher. This, again, really, really like this because it coordinates very, very nicely. So not only this, but this also coordinates really, really well. So I love that. I love that you can wear it as like one full outfit or wear it as separate pieces. And again, you can kind of mix and match and kind of like do your own thing with this, and it just works very, very nicely. You get a lot of kind of like plain prints with this, like plain colors. I like these. Again, would have preferred to have a few more, like a navy as well would have been good. This is my favorite one. I really, really like this check. And again, look at the texture on that as well. It's not like a flat texture, it's like a wool texture. And then you also get this one as well, which again feels a little bit of Scottish Highlands to me. And then this one as well. I like these checks. What I would say, going back over to the men's items, like especially the men's pants, I prefer these checks, these kind of wool checks, to the checks that the men's clothing has. I wish we had more of this kind of style with the men's clothing. I keep saying it, and they just keep giving me like a little tiny taste on the tip of my tongue, and I would love more. So again, this is where it starts to feel a bit more 80s 90s to me, with this kind of like big houndstooth. Kind of almost feels a bit like Coco Chanel as well. The one thing I would say with the skirt here, let me zoom into her hand so you can see what I mean. The pocket detail on the skirt, I would have had that be black, not white. That looks a little bit off to me. Or just kept the pattern on it, because normally they make those out of the same fabric. So that's my only complaint about that skirt there. But yeah, how much it mixes and matches, I think they've done a really, really good job of. And again, you get like the plain options on the skirt. So if you want something a little bit more toned down, you can absolutely do that. Again, all in one, or kind of something like that. Mixes and matches just so beautifully. Again, with the top, you can like mix and match. Just, I love mixing and matching like this. I love the sets. I think, again, really, really nice job with that. Really like these items. Let me just go with this with the plain colour, and then we'll jump down to the bottoms. So it is just this one skirt, but again, lots of really nice colours on that. I really like that, because again, I think you can dress it up and make it quite modern. Very, very nice skirt. Just, yeah, all around really nice items in this pack. Again, the texture detail on the top, just really lovely. Excuse me, I need to drink more water. Future editing Relly, cut this out. I zone out a lot editing my own videos because I waffle so much. Okay, so is that everything? We've got full body outfits as well. This is my least favourite item, but it's well made. It is good. I think it's just personal taste. I do like having a suit for the ladies. This is probably one of the better suits for ladies in the game, actually. Do you know what? I take it back. I don't dislike it. I think it's quite cool, actually. That one is very cool. That feels like Madonna. Did Madonna wear something like that? Like the girly tour or something? It makes me think of Bye Bye Baby. What did she wear for Bye Bye Baby? Feels very Madonna. You know, like when Gautier was dressing her and she wore like a lot of like men's suits? I take it back. I think she's sexy. I like it. That really suits her as well. Like, I didn't put it on her, but I think it suits her. I might actually leave this outfit on her for when I upload her. I'll try and remember. I might just close it down. Like that as well. Like, who does that remind me of? It reminds me of somebody out of a movie, but I can't think who. The red's nice on her as well. I like it. I take it back. I like it. Another gorgeous dress. Again, looks a bit weird with all the accessories, but I'll show you it styled later. Colours on this are really nice. I like these kind of checkered ones. This kind of reminds me of like Pretty Woman. I wish there was like a brown spot like in Pretty Woman. Kind of, it looks like she's off to the races. And we're off to the races. Chasing me all over town. Again, that feels a little bit more Courtney Cox in style. If you want something a bit more rock and roll, I think very, very cool. I love all these like silky dresses that we keep getting. This feels very 1930s to me, because 1920s and 1940s they had fabric rationing, so you saw kind of like less volume in clothes because it took less fabric to make it, so everything got like pencil skirt style, you know, like shorter hemlines, you know, shorter sleeves and things like this, because like the clothing was rationed, which is why you had to like make do and mend. And so the 1930s, the kind of like interwar period, is where you got all these like gowns back, you know, when the rationing wasn't on anymore. So yeah, I'd say that is like late 1930s. Very, very pretty. And like the little brooch as well. Very, very cute. I like that. Very pretty. I like this shape as well. It's a very flattering shape. Like a tea party style dress. This reminds me of my own like great aunt, like my grandpa's sister. I've got a wedding photo where she's wearing something very similar to this. I really wish, I like that dress that's underneath. I really wish we had the dress as a separate item. I like it with the coat. I wish we had both because that dress looks very, very pretty. Sims team, if you want to make more like 1930s, 1940s style tea dresses, I am here for it. I like the scalloped edge as well. I think it feels very different and very pretty. I like the shade of green with the brown. Again, feels appropriately vintage. The red is gorgeous. This reminds me of, I can't remember what it was called. I'll put it up on the screen if I can remember what it was called, but it was a British TV show with the woman who played Pamela Anderson, and it was set through different time periods. Again, it was kind of like 20s to 40s, and they lived through like wartime, and it followed like these women's lives, but I swear she wore something like that in it. Like, forget Bridgerton, give me like 1940s war drama. That's the period I'm into. You know, murder mysteries. That one's so gorgeous. Again, I would have loved that dress as a separate item. Very, very cute. Again, I feel like I've seen this in a movie. It looks so familiar. And then with the leopard print as well, making it feel a bit more 1980s. So again, generationally, it covers quite a good range of kind of like historical time periods. This is so pretty. Again, feels a bit more modern, feels a bit more updated. I don't think many women in the 1940s would dress like that unless you were Marilyn Monroe, because that is a little bit revealing. But for a more modern vintage style, I think it's very, very pretty. Like, I definitely saw stuff like this on like Cider for a while. Yeah, like really like that. The pea green does work. Just not my favorite color green, but like the mint color is very nice. I'll probably use black all the time. Back to black. She looks like she's going to a funeral, but she's going to cause a scandal. Really cute. What else as well? So accessories the same as the men's, and then jumping down to her shoes. These little shoes are so cute. I love vintage shoes. I went through such a vintage, I went through a really big vintage phase, kind of maybe like circa 2010, maybe a bit earlier. And yeah, I really, really loved these kind of like dolly shoes. I've still got them all. I love them so, so much. They're so comfortable compared to like modern kind of pointy stiletto heels. And they just feel so girly and cute and pretty. I really, really like them. And they come in such lovely colors. So yeah, I really love these shoes. Again, like the little pink ones, so, so cute. Definitely want to wear them with like tights, like transparent tights. You know, like again, during wartime, all the women kind of like, they didn't have tights, like they ran out of tights, and so they were like dyeing their legs with tea, like tea bags, because of the tannins, and then they were drawing a line up the back of the leg with eye pencil to kind of like give the illusion of wearing tights, because it was like very improper to not wear tights. Again, really nice with the like contrast color there. Yeah, I really, really love these. Right, so that's everything that you're getting in the pack. I might just leave that on her. It's such a cute outfit. Let me go through and show you how I've like incorporated other packs with this pack, because again, if you kind of like, if you really like this style and you're like, I want a bit more mix and match, what other packs work well with this, I've got you covered. So let's get rid of silver screen style. This is from Life and Death. Again, Dorian is my businessman. He's a bit cutthroat, literally because he likes sword fighting, and this is his style. So I think everything here is from the new pack. Yes, it is indeed. Jumping over to his athletic wear. So again, this is where I was saying like you can mix and match it. This definitely feels like Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street, doesn't it? Like, is this what he was wearing when he like crawls out to his car? It looks familiar. So again, you can dress it up, you can make it look more expensive, kind of like a golf jacket, I suppose, is it? I don't know. But the hat is from, let me tell you where everything's from. The hat is Base Game. Sweet. I think that got patched in. That's why I'm thinking it's not Base Game, because it was a later edition. The new jacket is from the new pack. These shorts are from Royalty and Legacy, but nothing's ever tagged for athletics. So golf is a sport, Sims team. What else as well? So he's just got like regular old socks on, and then these trainers which came from, what pack's that? Don't recognize the icons anymore. that looks like Casanova Cave to me. So yeah, absolutely styling there. He has a second outfit option. This came from Life and Death. His sleepwear, this came from Royalty and Legacy. He's just got it on with a pair of socks there. Or I should tell you his hairstyle as well. His hairstyle, I'm pretty sure, is Life and Death. Yeah. So again, these packs complement really, really nicely. Again, carrying on that kind of like blue Iona yacht theme, which works so well. And again, love it with those shoes. This is from Royalty and Legacy. Again, I really, really like that blue pinstripe that comes with that pack. I think, you know, again, feels very, very fancy. These are the pants from the new kit, and these are the shoes from the new kit, and I think that's such a stylish look. Swimwear is Life and Death. Hot weather, again, very similar. This is Royalty and Legacy. This is Royalty and Legacy. These are Royalty and Legacy, but again, same vibe. And here is the new coat from the new kit. Words are really hard. What's it called? I forgot already. Silver screen style. So yeah, silver screen. So it's definitely inspired by like vintage movies, isn't it? Yeah, really, really like this. With the bowler hat, again, makes it feel like Mr. Banks from Mary Poppins, I think. These shoes are from Life and Death. They have a little bit of a heel to them. I think it's really cute. I think it's a really cute look. I've got another outfit here, just if you want an alternative. And this is from... Too many packs, too many names. Another Girl, Another Planet. Autumn Apparel for that one. And again, if you want a little bit more smart outerwear, that's a really good pack for it. Jumping over to Giselle and all her outfits. So get rid of whatever I've been doing here. This is one of my favourite full outfits in the game. I think it suits her really, really well. So again, the hair is from Royalty and Legacy. I think it's so gorgeous. It looks so nice with that hat from the new kit. Again, this is kind of like more or less fully the new kit. And then the shoes, though, are from Royalty and Legacy. So again, very nice compliment there. Her formal wear is this stunning red gown. She looks like she's going to come down the spiral staircase. You know, like Meryl Streep at the beginning of like Death Becomes Her, that kind of like gown that she wears. Very, very pretty. The bracelet there is from Royalty and Legacy. I think the earrings and the necklace are both base game. So very, very pretty. And again, I really went for that kind of like almost like French, no makeup except for like winged eyeliner, some lipstick, and then you rub your lipstick onto your cheeks. Like that's your makeup look, you know, like less is more with the vintage glamour style. So I think she's an absolute diva. Really, really love her. This came from, what's that Pokemon? What's that pack? This is Secret Sanctuary. I love this. Like, I love that you can have it like short or long. Really cool outfit. Her sleepwear is this from Royalty and Legacy. Again, I am a sucker for satin. All these satin dresses we've been getting lately, absolutely adore them. Really, really like this for her. I just dressed it up with a little bit of like red with jewelry to kind of like pull out the red of her lips. But yeah, very, very pretty outfit. Party wear, absolute diva. Again, I was going for kind of like a garden party or a tea party, or like, you know, a day at the races. So kind of like formal party wear is what I was kind of going for there. Not as formal as like a full-on formal ball gown, but kind of like day party wear. I hope that makes sense. Or like I'm attending a wedding, but I'm not in the wedding kind of vibe. This hat as well, very similar. Was it Princess Beatrice wore to Kate Middleton's wedding, I think? And like, I swear I know that hat. The hat is from Silver Screen. Is it from Silver Screen Style? I feel like the hat is from Royalty and Legacy. Oh my god, I'm getting myself confused now. Like the pencil thin eyebrows and everything. She's just such a diva. The neck scarf as well with this, again, suits super duper well. The neck scarf is Royalty and Legacy. I think it's very cute. The skirt is from Autumn Apparel? Question mark? Autumn Apparel, it is indeed. And then these are the new shoes. Very, very cutesy. This is vintage Barbie. This is 1950s Barbie, isn't it? But also kind of like Audrey Hepburn. Love that. The hat is okay, so confused. The hat's royalty and legacy. The swimsuit's royalty and legacy. This dress is royalty and legacy, but you can see how well that dresses up with the new shoes and the new scarf accessory from the new kit. Like, again, they complement so well. That is Audrey Hepburn, 100% diva. And then this outfit here for her kind of like cold weather outfit, again with that lovely fake fur coat. Love to see it. These boots are, I think, Secret Sanctuary. Yep. No, Autumn Apparel. There's two boots that are quite similar in those two packs. Again, with the little neck scarf from Royalty and Legacy and the hat, I think it's such a cute look. And jumping over here as well, this is from Autumn Apparel. And just look at how cute that is with that little hat. So again, these packs mix and match so easily. It was so easy to just throw things together and create some really, really nice, kind of like cute, formal, business attire type looks. Really love them. Or like student, almost like dark academia. Love it so much. So Connie, she's got a slightly different vibe here. Let me show you her face. She's definitely looks more like her brothers, and she's quite athletic as well, so she has more of a boyish frame. Really, really like her. This comes from Autumn Apparel, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it does. And she's just got base game glasses on. I prefer them to the new ones, to be honest. Not my favourite glasses, but more of a personal preference and nothing kind of like bad about them. This little jacket with the skirt, again, you can kind of like have it full on, like a full outfit, like totally matching. Like, let me show you again. Or, you know, you can kind of like mix it up a little bit. Really love that. And again, it looks so nice with those boots. So love that for her. Again, just wanted to kind of mix and match with other packs and see what other kind of outfits I can create. This again feels a little bit more modern. Feels a little bit chaperone. I don't know why. Can't explain it. But with the hat, I think it's just her face shape. With the little choker from Life and Death, and then these pants which came from Autumn Apparel, and then these ones must be the Secret Sanctuary boots. Yeah, they are indeed. So again, these boots are similar, but one goes over and one goes under, so love that for them. You've got the option. Yeah, it's super cute. I really like the outfit. Formal wear, this is from Life and Death. It goes super cute with that hat from Royalty and Legacy, and the new shoes from Silver Screen, and something else there as well. Again, that kind of like suit, which again, I think I was kind of like warming up to it at this point. I was like, but I think it really suits. Like, again, I've gone for different body shapes. So she has quite a masculine frame. She's quite sporty. She's quite straight up and down. I wanted to show you things on like different shape Sims. She's very, very petite and very skinny, which is kind of like classic to that 1920s kind of like waif look. And then Odette is much more curvy, much more hourglass, much more voluminous. So you can kind of see what things look like on different bodies a little bit here. Athletic wear, I've gone for that kind of like tennis player, like Edwardian tennis player look with their little headscarf. I think she looks so cute. This is Silver Screen, Royalty and Legacy, Autumn Apparel, I think. Again, it's not tagged for athletic. I'm just gonna, oh no, that's the base game one. And then these little pumps which came with the base game updates. Sleepwear, Royalty and Legacy. Again, a few different looks here of like mixing and matching with other packs. So this is Royalty and Legacy, this is Silver Screen, and then these I think are Autumn Apparel. And then with the little, I think these are Life and Death. Yeah, the little Life and Death loafers. Again, just a different look if that's what you wanted to go for. And then like a base game string of pearls, just something a bit more simple. Again, just a different variant of all the things you've already seen if you wanted to go for something like that. Again, like, I don't know how I feel about this dress on her. I think because she's quite masculine and it's a very feminine dress, but it kind of suits, she's kind of hot. I don't know, I'm vibing with it. I don't know if she would wear a dress. I don't think she's like full girly dress person. She's a bit more tomboy than that. But again, just kind of like showing you what things look like on different frames, because I don't know if you wanted like a transgender sim, you know, you can see kind of like the effect there. And then here you go, this is another option for Life and Death that I just thought suited her. This is a Life and Death swimsuit. This is so cute, it's so cute. This is Royalty and Legacy with the little Life and Death loafers, but it's such a cute little look. Very, very sweet. Kind of feels very Marilyn Monroe. Like, I feel like she wore something like this on a beach photo shoot at one point. And then Cold Weather. This is my Auntie Audrey. My great Aunt Audrey. I swear. I love it. It kind of has that feeling of like a lady from like the 1940s who's really into the occult, you know? Like, she's gonna come and hold a seance. With like the hair. Really, really like that. This is Royalty and Legacy, this like head wrap. Very, very cutesy, and I think I've kind of like discussed everything else there. This is Autumn Apparel with the skirt. Again, loved Autumn Apparel. If you want to go and watch my Autumn Apparel review, really, really, really love that kit. And so Autumn Apparel with silver screen are, I was going to do something inappropriate with my fingers, but they go together very, very nicely. So I really, really like this look. Again, Autumn Apparel hat, Autumn Apparel jumper. I love how it tucks into the skirt with the, yeah, Autumn Apparel. Just really, really nice. Just a very nice outfit. I'm going to move this along because I'm probably coming up to the hour mark. Just over, I think. Bill Wilberbrath, again, love this outfit for him. I think these are just the base game shoes. They are indeed, but really, really love that. He's got an alternate outfit here. Again, just showing you a little variant. So this is one of the more challenging swatches on the new pants from the new pack, with them having this kind of like purple tone. Again, not my favorite checks. I prefer those kind of like big chunky checks like on this skirt here. I think that's a much nicer check. These feel just not quite the time period that I want for men's trousers. But yeah, these kind of purplish orangey colour ones, I wasn't really sure what to do with them, but then I ended up finding this from Casanova Cave, and I thought that was quite a nice look. Again, feels a bit used car salesman, but I kind of like that. Going over to formal wear, again, this kind of zoot suit style, very, very cool. Yeah, definitely he's going to try and sell me something. I can tell. My spidey sense is tingling. Just a different variant here of things that we've already seen. This is from the Casanova Cave kit, I think. Yes, it is indeed. This is the new top from the new Silver Screen kit with some pants from Casanova Cave that have more of a denim texture, but I thought that was a really nice look. Very dad. I don't know. It's very like date night dad. Date night divorced dad. Swimwear. I'm just going to go through a bit faster now because a lot of these are just variants of the same. A lot of this is just Royalty and Legacy with the new hat on, and Cold Weather here as well. Again, he's off solving crimes or doing journalism. Kind of reminds me a bit of like Ambitions from The Sims 3. The Mac that we got with that. Again, just a different variant of this. So like I was saying, this feels a bit more granddad style. It feels a bit more comfy. This is my literal granddad going to the pub on a Friday night. Going to the bowling green. And then the one over here feels a lot more like Wolf of Wall Street in style. Which one was it? The party wear, was it? I can't remember what I put it on him. Here. So you can see that same jacket with two very, very different looks, I think. And then going over as well to Odette, because she's gorgeous. She has probably my favourite outfits for this makeover. So not a makeover, this review. So this gorgeous kind of like land girl style dress with the head wrap. She's so pretty. I love this kind of like tonal swatch on her as well. And then going over to her formal wear, she can glam it up. Like this is like, is it like Ella Fitzgerald? Is that who she's reminding me of? Correct me if I'm wrong. Absolute diva. I think she is stunning. This is Secret Sanctuary. So again, if you wanted a variant but in a similar style, that's your girl. Again, like the Royalty and Legacy kind of Princess Diana necklace as well. So gorgeous. Tiara's Royalty and Legacy as well, obviously. And the shoes. Again, with that outfit. Sleepwear. This is Secret Sanctuary. Very cute. Again, very Marilyn Monroe-esque. Very diva. Really, really love it. This is the new Royalty and Legacy pencil skirt, which has this kind of like satin texture to it. Like a velour kind of texture. I just thought these tonal colours, like these are also Royalty and Legacy. Again, just showing you how to mix and match. Very sexy. Very different look to some of the other looks we've seen. but still feels like it fits within the same world. Going over to swimwear, again, this is one of the Royalty and Legacy swimsuits with the Royalty and Legacy big kind of almost Art Deco kind of African inspired jewelry with the head wrap. Again, feels very vintage. She feels like Honor Blackman coming out of the sea in James Bond, or Halle Berry in James Bond, you know? Like, I just think she looks absolutely stunning. This is probably, what would you say, like 1920s, late 1920s style? I think she's gorgeous. This is a very fun look. Again, off to the races in the summer. Like, she's going stamping the cuds like in Pretty Woman, you know? Very, very cutesy. She just looks so cute. I love her so much. I love how curvy she is. She looks really pretty in that dress. And then this is an alternate look. Again, this just comes from other packs, but I just wanted to show you more of that same vintage style if you wanted that. So again, this is Royalty and Legacy, base game hat. And where are these shoes from? These are Secret Sanctuary. And then her cold weather, again, so cute. What does she remind me of? She looks like she's out of a movie, and I can't quite place the movie. She looks like Rosa Parks or something. She looks so cute. Oh, I love, like, her face and everything with that hat and the hair. She's so adorable. She's so pretty. I love her so much. I went for more of like an orange, kind of like, again, Marilyn Monroe style, kind of like bright orange lipstick for her with this. Not bright orange, but like orange red. Is it called pillar box red? Is that what they called it? Or is that red red? I don't know. Just very cute. I love how tonal this is. Really love the outfit. And then here's another alternate. Again, feels a little bit more modern. I really like it. With the necklace from Royalty and Legacy. And then these really wide pants from Autumn Apparel. Again, just gives it an entirely different look. So again, I love playing around with casts. I love kind of mixing and matching. So hopefully I've inspired you with some of these outfits. Let me just jump back over here, because again, I want to kind of like flick through and mix and match a little bit more, just to kind of show you some of the options. So like, let's go for, I'm on cold weather. That's why I can't see everything. Let's go for this little top here. Let's go for it in red. And then let's have a look through as well. So this is Nobility and Legacy. Royalty and Legacy. Again, if we want to go for like a different look, we could do something like this. I do like these little shoes, but maybe something a little bit higher on the leg would be good. Again, you can really, really play around and go for like different styles here. I do quite like that hat, but that's probably too big, isn't it? This one from Autumn Apparel, perhaps, and then let's get rid of the necklace. Again, feels much more modern. Very, very cute. Just again, these specific packs mix and match so well. This is Royalty and Legacy. That's kind of a bit of a greeny color, isn't it? Just so, so easy. This as well, like so cute. Like, let's go for like a brownie color, probably like brown. Just again, so easy to mix and match between these packs. I don't know if the Sims team did this on purpose, or if they're just going for a certain style that's like trending at the moment. Like maybe this is popular at the moment, but I think honestly, I love it. I love the vibe. Let's play around a little bit more. Let's have a look at this. Again, instantly worked. I wasn't even trying and it just worked. Let's stick with that color combination. Let's see what else this goes with. Like, honestly, they were making it too easy for me with this pack. That almost matches. The colour of the top of the skirt almost matches, like it's a dress. Again, love it with those wide leg pants. Again, I like the tucked in style as well. Again, just works super, super nicely. I'd probably just go with like something like that. Oh, just, it's a Sims team, you're making it too, it's not even a challenge anymore. I mean, maybe not with those pants. It's not even a challenge anymore, Sims team. You're making it too easy now. You're doing my work for me at this point. Where's the new skirt again? Let's mix and match with the new skirt a little bit. Where's it gone? New skirt, where are you? There it is. they've really led with a very boring option. I would have led with something like that. Let's see what we can mix and match with this. So this is the new skirt. Maybe something like this from Royalty and Legacy. We could go something like that. Again, makes it feel much more modern. Maybe with the heels. Again, just... I don't know what look that is, but it kind of works. Like... It's too easy. They're making it too easy. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, what is happening? So yeah, if you... Maybe you're not the most confident in Cass, and maybe you're like, I just want things that are really easy to mix and match. I think this pack is it. This pack just works. Right, I'm not even going to change the colour. Let's see if we can make that work. Probably just like plain black, right? It's like all these tops that are normally hard to match, and it's just super easy. I don't know. Let's try and match this one. This kind of like, because it's a harder colour to match. Just instantly. It just instantly works. Maybe these kind of like brownie shoes. I kind of like the boots. I'm a sucker for the boots. I think the boots look really stylish. Can I get like a darker brown? Okay, maybe this isn't my favourite outfit. Maybe this isn't perfect, but definitely one of the more challenging tops to mix and match in the game. And there you go. That's it. I'm done. Making it too easy. I need to show you on the guys as well. Let me go to Bill, because Bill's a hottie. Let me do some like fun mixing and matching here as well. So if I go for one of the new tops from the new pack, let's go for this one. In that one. And let's see what we can mix and match here. So, oh, that works obviously, like the Bill's Royalty and Legacy. Like, maybe not that one, maybe not that one. That one works quite well. See what I mean? Let's go for some shoes. What shoes should we wear? Like the brown. Maybe these, like the little, there you go. You see what I mean? It's like you can throw stuff together and it just magically works. I don't know. Let's go for like this hat maybe. Kind of. Okay, let's play around again. Let's go for the new pants from the new pack. Where are we? Here we go. Let's go for the green. That's going to be challenging, right? And then let's see what we can mix and match with here. Like, it feels a bit too easy to go for just like a white shirt, but I don't know. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about those shoes. Maybe those ones. They go a little bit better. I will challenge myself a little bit more in a second. Give me a second. Let me warm up to it. Oh. Let her cook. Let her cook. Like I say, the green are a challenge. I have gone over my 40-minute mark again. Oh, there you go. I feel like that kind of works. Oh, too many patterns. Too many patterns. I see what I mean. Not my favourite check, but they're too jazzy. What guy's wearing these? Like that again. Accidental diva here. Okay, maybe not my favorite, but definitely more of a modern look. I actually think that's pretty cool. Let me put some like sunglasses on him or something. Where are the new glasses from the new pack? I'm just playing now. Like those ones from, what pack's that? The Bachelor, what's it called? I don't know. I think these packs coordinate well together. And again, I appreciate menswear where it's a little bit more subtle, a little bit more layered and less loud. And then when you do get a loud statement piece, it's easier to mix and match. So do you know what? I'd actually put these on with trainers. Let me find some sneakers, like the Coach ones. Or maybe those ones. No, I like the Coach ones. He's a DJ. He's a superstar DJ. Right, I'm gonna go. I hope I've inspired you and given you some ideas. So I'll just quickly run through which packs I've got installed again. So base game. Some good stuff has been added to the base game recently. We've got Life and Death, Royalty and Legacy of the expansion packs. No game packs, no stuff packs. And then for kits, we've got Symptomates for the underwear, Secret Sanctuary, Casanova Cave, Essential Glam for the makeup. If you're not interested in makeup, you don't have to worry about that one. Autumn Apparel and Silver Screen Style. And you've got everything, like you've got something for every outfit then. So let me know if you enjoyed this. What was your favorite outfit? Have you got any ideas of your own, of any other packs that would work well with this kit? Let me know in the comments down below and I will see you again soon. Bye friends.